Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky 194, and I sure appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. And I just wanted to go over a few things, and we're here at Spa. I'm doing some testing for a new setup for the Aston Martin. So I passed my first test, but I still have to do my hot stint and see how it does there. So I'm kind of working on that, and that's the video you're watching here. Of course, I'm the Aston Martin there, the red one that's fourth or fifth, of course. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so very much to everybody that's concerned, and it really means a lot, and I really appreciate it. I really don't know what to say. I just want to say thank you to everybody because I know everybody's got their own things going on. Just life is life, and everything is fine with me. So don't worry about that. Everything's good. It's just like I said, just life sometimes gets you going, and you just get so busy, and things don't go the way you want it to go or need it to go, and it's just sometimes you just gotta kind of downshift a little bit, just to kind of take a step back or kind of maybe redirect is maybe a better word. And I mean that's kind of what I'm wanting to do here with this channel. Not really, so not a huge amount. So I want to make myself clear. I mean, I'm just really talking about multiplayer. I mean, that's really all I'm talking about. I mean, everything else, and of course I might want to mix something else in there, and I'm still going to do multiplayer. So don't think that I've just cut multiplayer out and I'm not going to do it anymore. No, I'm still going to do it. It's too much fun not to. And I really meet some good people at the track. I wish there was more of that. That's really the fun part. I mean, all the people and the friends that I've made on the CP server and things like that, and it's just really good fun. And there's you always meet somebody new there doing that. So it's all good. It's just that from my point of view, and everybody knows here that visits my channel that I'm so busy. As far as hours, I work basically a job and a half, pretty much about 60-70 hours a week. And, so when I have time to do this, it's really got to be time that I make the best use of, and get the most out of that I can. And, of course, I don't, you practice some and then, or let's say you don't practice for the CP race. Either way, I mean, there's a lot of time involved in doing that, and then especially lately with it being on me, you make mistakes or you do something stupid or whatever, and all that time is pretty much flushed, and it really puts a hurting because then you're like, oh shoot, well now what am I gonna do now? So I basically, wasted all that time, or that, basically I got to do something else to make up for it. And I want to make the best use of my time. I mean, I could be doing more setups, or, doing an AI race, or any one of those things that would at least. And another thing, I'm always scared that everybody, all my great subscribers get tired of the same stuff all the time, so I try to mix things up a little bit, because that's the whole idea. I mean, this world, in a nutshell, is, really is political and stuff things that I'm in, that I'm very concerned about, but things I don't want to deal with on this channel. And I do this to get away from all that, and I hope it serves a purpose for you all to get away from that too. Just to enjoy racing, I just can't tell you how awesome it is that everybody from all over the world, whether it's, from England or I got a, message from Belfast, a post the other day from Belfast, or Australia, or I mean, it's just so awesome to meet, basically talk to other people that enjoy the same thing, sim racing and racing in general, and it's just really cool, and so I really enjoy that. But so I just try to make the best use of the time that I have, And when I go to a CP server and do that, and you're going to have the occasional, it's going to have the wreck or that. I mean, that happens. That's just, if you don't ever want that, then you better never do it. I mean, that's just the way it goes. But I mean, when it's one after another after another after another, and basically it's just crazy stuff. For instance, last week, we were at Mount Panorama, which is, again, it's and most of these tracks are tough. They always have their tough sections. Well, I'm at Mount Panorama in the Ferrari. I practiced there before the CP server was even on, so I practiced, and I'm not saying it was dialed in 100%, but it was, I thought it was pretty good, and practiced and did lap after lap after lap after lap, and then I went in the server and did, made some few laps and qualified and all this stuff. Everything was fine. And what happens the first lap, I go up and go start climbing up the mountain, go left, to where you go up the mountain, and the car turns, basically goes sideways and hits the wall, and turns around. And then, the worst thing is, then somebody else hits me, and, I end up messing somebody else up, and that's what's even worse. So, I mean, it's bad enough that I take myself out and ruin that, but it's even worse when I mess somebody else up. And I just want to double check and make sure that, when I'm going there, I'm the best prepared that I can be. And, to do that, there's just some other things that I want to get done first before, I hate going there with brand new setups that aren't tested, which seems like it happens more than it should. And then, when I go in there to test them, they end up failing, and then I've pretty much wasted that. I mean, it's not a waste because I found out it didn't work, but I mean, I found out. I wish I would have, could have, should have done that before I did the race, and then I would have had a really good race and good content to put up. And I know there's anybody can watch any of these channels. I mean, there's all kinds of sim racing channels. So, and I mean, to be honest, I'm really impressed by, there's so many of them that do such a great job as far as what they're putting out. And, I sometimes just think it's, how in the world am I ever going to do something like that? So, I mean, I've come a long way. Help from Joe Blow, and I've come a long way from when I first started 2 years ago. And that's what that race was. I mean, it was really just where I've come and where I've gotten to. But, I really want to do a lot more. But, of course, a lot of it with me is I'm always time restricted and limited. And so, and I really try to, and like the setups. I mean, I rather do, like I've said before in another video, I rather do quality over quantity. And, I mean, it takes me longer to do a setup by just like this. I'm testing it with a race against the AI just to see how it's doing in a race. And then also, the practice just getting to this point. I've already probably done 20 or 25 laps just getting to this point. Then I did this, and then I still got a 30-minute stint. You start adding all those things up, and it takes hours and hours for me to get something that I'm confident with to where I'll post. And, so you guys aren't disappointed with something that comes out. I mean, I want something that, you might have to make it your own by a little click here, a little click there, but I don't want you to have to sit there and completely redo the whole setup. That's not, and something that I want something that you can very much load and go. That's what I want. So again, everything is fine. It's just that, the multiplayer is, probably going to be a little bit less. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna have, going on. But instead of, having, 2 or 3 a week, there might be none one week, and then maybe 1 or 2 another week, and then, none another. I mean, it's just not going to be as consistent as what has been. And in turn, I'm trying to do some other things. Trying to do some other things with ACC, whether it's a championship or more setups that I can do. There's so many of them. I mean, if you think about it, like GT4 cars, I don't even get in with those, and I could, do some GT4 setups to see if they work all right. But there's so many other things I can, do that would be um, benefit the channel and everybody out there, and I still have fun. And that's all that matters is if we're all having fun and it's good for you guys and it works. And I want my setups to where they get around, so everybody can be doing their personal best or going multiplayer and have a great time and be competitive and all those things. And but the only way to do that is to spend the time on the front side to make sure they're good before I post them up. And so, but when I do a CP race and I have to rush it or do this or that, and then it fails, I pretty much all that time I've lost and I can't get back. So I'm just, again, everything is fine. And I really, really thank you to all for your concerns and your well wishes. I just appreciate it. It really means a lot and really surprised me. And like I said, I really don't know what to say. It's just so awesome. And again, I consider all y'all my friends, and I really enjoy talking to everybody and just showing whether it's models or the ACC or something going on with my Corvette or whatever. I just try to mix it up to try to so you don't get bored with one thing. And I just hope you all keep coming back and sharing, so anybody else that's interested in these things might like it. And I sure hope you give me a thumbs up with this, and I sure hope you come back and check us out some more as much as you can. And just before I go, just to give you a little hint, that fast lap was the last lap, was a 2:18.9 for the Aston Martin there. So this is setups looking to be very good, very competitive. Um, uh, but we'll see what happens when I do the stint to make sure it's consistent also. So it's got to pass the mustard on that too. So you'll see this coming soon. If it does pass the mustard, or of course I can always have to make adjustments. And I sure hope you, like I said, thank you so very much. I can't say it enough. And I know like I said, there's so many other channels out there that you could visit. And I'm just thankful that you guys, visit mine sometimes and check me out. And I sure hope you can come back. Y'all take care. See ya.